live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of past, present, and or future. So the air conditioner goes off right on cue as I'm coming on. Why, good afternoon. Today is May 18th, 2021. We are replaying the games of August 20th, 1949, a beautiful Saturday. And we'll have 5 weeks left to go in the season. We are at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for, well, it's a Yankee game. Let's just be honest about that. They're playing the Philadelphia Athletics, who have some work to do if they're going to finish above 500. The Yankees, with a win today and possibly as early as Sunday, which would be tomorrow, would have a winning record for 1949. They are 75-42. The A's are 54-63. The Yankees are going to go with Eddie Lopez, who is looking for win number 15 on the year. That will match his real-life total. So, 80-degree skies are clear, and the winds are blowing in from center at 6. The Yankees, they seem to be printing playoff tickets by the day. The World Series, I think, would start in New York. I'm going to have to look for that. But anyway, because we haven't had them on in a couple of weeks, it's the Yankees and the A's next. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949. Today, from the Bronx, it is the New York Yankees and the Philadelphia Athletics. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It's a pretty day here in Burlington, too. It's supposed to be 75 degrees. Rained a bit here this morning. Now the sun is shining, and it's a gorgeous day. Eddie Lopez taking his warm-up tosses with Charlie Silvera. This is start number 22 for him. He should make 30 on the year. He might make more depending on what the computer does. He's 31 years old, throws a fastball as a fly ball specialty pitcher, and throws at 84. The lefty has only made one start against the A's. It was a win. He went 8 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 3. His last start was against Washington 4 days ago on the 16th. So he's going on 3 days rest, 9 innings, 7 hits, 2 unearned runs. In his win, his 14th, and he walked 2. I love allergies. 170 2/3 innings overall, 197 hits, 84 runs, 76 earned, 13 homers. He walked 54 and struck out 56. And that start against Philadelphia was on May 27th, by the way. His last loss was to the Red Sox on the 10th. How you doing, D. Scott Howard? So Eddie will face this lineup. Lefties leading off is Nellie Fox, who looks about 9 years old. He'll play second base for the A's. White at third. He'll bat second. Elmer Vallo and left will bat third. Ferris Fain will play first and clean up. Sam Chapman in center field will bat fifth. Astroth behind the plate. I believe his name is Mike. How you doing, Mr. Forsberg? He will bat sixth. Estalella or Leela is in right field. He doesn't have a batting average, so this might be his first game of the year. He'll bat seventh. Davis is at short. He'll bat eighth. And Chuck Scheib, no relation to Charles Schwab, on the mound. He should throw about 135 pitches. In the defense for the Yankees on this Saturday, August 20th, Gene Woodling, a 3-3 in left. Joe DiMaggio, a 10-8 in center. Cliff Mapes is a 3-6 in right. Bobby Brown is a 4 at third. Phil Rizzuto was a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman is a 4 at second. Tommy Henrik is a 3 at first. Charlie Silvera is a 4 and a 5. How you doing, Tribe fan? 4 and a 5 behind the plate. And Eddie Lopez is an 8 on the mound with a 961 fielding percentage. And that's the setup for you. I'm glad you're doing okay. You finished the Seaver replay, by the way, and is ready for some playoff hockey. Nellie Fox at 271, 4 doubles and 16 RBI. And of course, I don't remember what year he was traded, but best known, obviously, as the second baseman for the Go-Go Chicago White Sox. Lopez delivers, and this one starts with a base hit into left field. Woodling will throw it in, and that's how we get going. So Fox is on with a single. Here is Don White. Don at 156, 3 doubles and 11 RBI. Again, one of those not even a household name in his own house type deals. And White punches that one to second. Coleman flips to Rizzuto for 1 over to Henrik, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. So Lopez tips his cap to his infielders. Here's Elmer Vallo. Elmer at 309, 21 doubles, 4 homers, and 57 RBI. 2 out, nobody on, top the first. Into center field, Joey D rides the Schwinn and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books. It's the A's nothing, not the Phillies run, and the Yankees are coming up. I said, Chuck, it's Karl Scheib, or Scheib. He's got a 3-game losing streak. He's 22 years old. Fly ball pitcher, fastball pitcher at 85. He is 3-9 on the replay, with 2 saves and an ERA of 5.61, which means he's going to go out here and throw a 3-hit shutout. He has 1 appearance against the Yankees in relief, 2 innings, a hit, 2 runs, both earned, and 5 walks, which is how you get an ERA of 9. And knowing it, or no, as the case may be, he is on 11 days rest. I'll talk. Okay. He last pitched against the Senators on the 9th. 4 innings, 2 hits, a run it was earned, and a walk. So overall, 126 and 2/3 innings, 139 hits, 14 homers, 92 runs in total, 79 earned. Oh my God, he's walked 92 and struck out 28. Those numbers should be reversed, but they're not. 92 walks and 28 Ks. Riding the Schwinn means he's just coming on fast, strong and fast to make the catch. You know, they're stationed in deeper parts of the outfield, and he's got a haul tushy to get there, and sometimes it's just faster to ride the bike. So no, if they were just kind of standing in place, they don't have to move. So if you hear me say every once in a while that someone rides the Schwinn, he's got a haul tushy to make the catch. He's much too deep, and sometimes it's faster to ride the bike. You're welcome there, Tribe fan. Lineup for the Yankees. Phil Rizzuto leads off at short. Jerry Coleman will bat 7th, by the way. Cliff, and that's something I just came up with. That's not an old baseball expression. Cliff Mapes is in right field. He'll bat 2nd. Gene Woodling is in left field. He'll bat 3rd. Joe DiMaggio cleans up in center field. Henrik will bat 5th and play 1st. Bobby Brown at 3rd will bat 6th. Jerry Coleman will bat 7th and play 2nd base. Charlie Silvera gets to spell Yogi Berra behind the plate. He'll bat 8th, and Eddie Lopez, thanks to the double play, only threw 7 pitches in the first and will bat 9th. Elmer Vallo is a 9 and a 3 in left as we set the Philly defense. Sam Chapman is an 8 and a 7 in the center. Estalia is a 2 and a 4 in right. Don White is a 1 at 3rd, and that is not a Stratomatic 1. That would be a Stratomatic 5, I would think. Mr. Davis is a 3 at short. Fox, who will become one of the all-time great defenders, isn't all that yet. He's a 6 at second. Ferris Fain is a 6 at first. Astroth is a 5 and a 6 behind the plate. And Scheib is a 2 with a .909 fielding percentage. Good luck to the A's. You're going to need it. Rizzuto at 292, 6 homers and 67 RBI. In the right center field, Estalia makes the catch. 1 out. It's Estalella. Good luck with that one if you were playing Hangman. It will be Cliff Mapes now. Cliff at 279, 4 homers and 27 RBI. Scheib kicks and deals. Popped up right side, Fain in the foul territory, and that will cooperate for him. 2 out. Brings up Gene Woodling. Gene at 308, 5 triples, a homer, and 35 RBI. In 182 and 2/3 innings, Scheib walked 118 and struck out 43. Pitch to Woodling. There's a ground ball, base hit left side. Valo picks it up, and Woodling has himself a single. 2 out. Here's DiMaggio. DiMaggio will play about 2 more weeks and then sit, or about a week and a half, and then sit for 10 days. Bone spurs or a bad back? Someone will let me know. And would be back for those big games against the Red Sox to end the year, which in this replay, they're not so big after all. Joey D at 368, 10 homers and 34 RBI. In the shallow center, Chapman, this is where he would ride the Schwinn. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Yankees get a runner on and leave him on. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 1, no score. Throwing strikes, Jamie, is not so important in 1949, apparently. Ferris Fain will lead off here in the second. Ferris at 223, 2 homers and 51 RBI. By the way, starting this week, we go all-day ball. Now, for the rest of the regular season, we'll go Friday afternoon. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, unless the weather's too nice and someone wants to take me to lunch. But that will be the case. So all-day games now at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Pitch to Fain. Here's a ground ball to Rizzuto behind the bag. Snap throw to first. Henrik is on the bag. 1 out. So it brings up Sam Chapman. Some nice pictures I'm seeing here for the A's. Nice, rich color. I want to say 53 Bowman for those, compared to Eddie Lopat, which is 49 Bowman. Chapman, by the way, 262, 20 homers, and 86 RBI. He was in the All-Star game, if I remember correctly. This time around, into left center field, DiMaggio retreats. He's got a whole football field back there. 2 out. So Joe Astroff at 182, a triple, and 2 RBI. Almost a Norman Rockwell masterpiece. Yep. Bowman got really good at the end with their cards and then just ran out of business. Top spot him and kept the name dormant till 1989. Pitch to Astroff is a ground ball to Coleman deep in the hole. Makes a good stop over to first, and that will retire the side. So the A's go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After an inning and a half here at the stadium, no score. So 81 degrees, wind blowing in from 6 as Henrik steps to the plate. And if you missed it earlier, this is Saturday, August 20th, 1949. Henrik at 297, 32 homers, and 93 RBI. Ground ball foul, third base side. For a little liner, and somebody from Staten Island made that catch. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes to Tommy. And that's a high fly ball to right. Estalella goes back to the wall and makes the catch for the out. Oh, again, huh? I suggest you don't go to bigfollows.com. Don't do it. You become part of the Borg and become whatever the heck that name was. So here's Bobby Brown at 320, 2 homers and 34 RBI. Brown hits a line drive in the hole and that's a base hit. Picked up by the right fielder, and that's the second hit for the Yankees. That'll bring up Jerry Coleman. 287, 2 homers, and 45 RBI. Tiger Cats Club is our latest follower. He is 179 on the list. I kind of wonder if I know who that is. Hoping that there will be a CFL season, and if there is, then you should root for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Pitch to Coleman is ball 4. So Scheib in a bit of trouble here in the second. Here's Charlie Silvera. Charlie at 294, no homers and 13 RBI. So Brown on second, Coleman on first. Scheib's pitch to Silvera is a fly ball into center field. Chapman retreats, makes the catch. Brown will tag and bluff. So 2 out for Lopez. Eddie can hit. 308, a triple, 11 doubles, and 14 RBI. I'm being reminded that in the Pacific Northwest that you root for the BC Lions out of Vancouver. Pitch to Lopez. There's a fly ball right field. Estrella will be there and make the catch to retire the side. Yankees leave 2 on. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third. No score. So it's Bobby. We don't even get a good, clear picture of Bobby. Looks like something you'd see on Dateline. And Bobby was found 17 years later in the river 5 feet from his house. No, not all CFL teams are the Rough Riders. That's only Saskatchewan and the old Ottawa, right? Ottawa is now something else. The Calgary Stampeders. Bobby, by the way, is 0 for 3. His grounded on double play, walked and struck out. Pitch to Bobby is a liner up the middle. Coleman dives and can't get there, and that is a single. So second hit for the A's. Here is Todd Davis, T-O-D. The Ottawa is now the Red Blacks. Sounds like a hamburger chain. Go to Red Blacks today. Todd hitting 111 with a triple and 2 RBI. I think Todd with the 75 real-life at-bats almost qualifies as a cup of coffee September call-up. Pitch to Davis is a slow bounder to Rizzuto on the grass. And he's just going to eat it. It's never 4th down in the CFL. Yep, Estrella. I don't know you that well, Tim, but thanks. Estrella, okay. So runners on, they are the Eskimos, or they were the Eskimos, Edmonton. So Estrella is on second, Davis on first. We play for the bunt for Scheib, who's hitting 262 with an RBI. Scheib squares. Lopez bounds off the mound. He throws to second. Rizzuto was there. The throw to first, and it's an error. So they get Davis at second, but Scheib reaches as the throw goes over the head of Henrik. That's an error on Rizzuto. The run will score. Estrella scores from third, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. So an unearned run for Lopez here. 1 out, top the third. Eddie, 24 pitches deep through 9 batters. 2 1/3 innings. 3 hits. The run is not earned. Hasn't walked or struck out anybody. Fox started the ball game with a single. He drops one down. Silvera throws to Coleman covering, and Fox is retired, so that sacrifice goes 2-4. Brings up Don White, who's 0 for 1. I always was amazed. Of course, this was the 80s. that the only grass field in the CFL was in Edmonton. Everybody else played on variations of your grandmother's carpet. Pitch to White is strike 3. He got him on an 0-2 looking, and that will retire the side. The error caused the run. 1 run, 2 hits, and that error. After 2.5, it's 1-0 Philadelphia. You can take the 80s out of you can take the boy out of the 80s, but you can't take the 80s out of the boy. So top of the lineup for the Yankees here to face Scheib. Karl 40 pitches through his opening 9. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts. Mr. Rizzuto is 0 for 1. Tribe fan says allegedly the CFL was supposed to merge with the XFL. I've heard that. But that was after The Rock bought the league, the XFL. I guess it would kind of make sense, although I imagine unless they can't really get the vaccine into Canada, that there should be a CFL season. I mean, the Red Sox are going to be playing at full capacity at Fenway for Memorial Day. BC Place was a nice place. The twin, pardon the pun, to the Metrodome in Minneapolis. Yep. They expanded to America. Baltimore, which was a grass field. San Antonio played in the Alamo. How did they fit that field in the Alamo Dome? Pitch to Rizzuto. It's popped up left side. White, 1 out. That'll bring up Mapes is 0 for 1. Memorial Cup is canceled again. I think that the trying to figure out a bubble situation for the conference finals, because the Canadian team will be guaranteed to be in the Eastern Conference Final. Pitch to Mapes. Ball 4. First walk by Scheib. Or second walk, rather. 94th, given up on the air. So Mapes on first. He's got some speed. Here's Woodling. He's 1 for 1. I don't think any of those junior teams in Canada got even anything close to a full season in to begin with. Throw to first. Mapes is back. Ooh, now do I hit and run? Yeah. Runner goes. There's a ground ball up the middle. Past a diving Fox. Mapes will go to third. And the hit and run worked. So runners on the corners and 1 out for DiMaggio. Joe is 0 for 1. Well, Canada hasn't had all that great of a vaccine distribution yet. He's got Howard Saw, Simon, and Garfunkel in BC Place. That's about as intimate as JFK was in Philadelphia. It wasn't. And yep, the San Antonio Gunslingers played in the USFL, and weren't they quarterbacked by one Jim Kelly? Pitch to DiMaggio is a little looper into right field. That's a base hit. Estalella will get a late jump on it. Woodling looks at third, but will not try it. And so runners first and... Oh, that was Houston. Okay, Kelly was with Houston. So, was it Reggie White then that played? Somebody famous played in San Antonio. Here's Henrik. He's 0 for 1. And again, this is not the type of chat we'd have on a Fortnite stream. Pitch to Henrik is a fly ball to right. Estalella go way back there and forget about it. That hits just under the second deck, and that's a 3-run shot for Henrik. That will score Woodling and DiMaggio, and the Yankees go up 4-1. So the 33rd home run for Henrik. That's not DiMaggio, that's Henrik, and he sent that one right down the line and right. And kaboom. And I'm being told that Reggie White was in Memphis. The Showboats. So Old Reliable comes through 4-1 New York. Here's Bobby Brown. Bobby singled his first time up. There's a base hit up the middle past the diving Fox. And the Yankees, Henrik is just incredible. Henrik is just incredible. Whoever draws this team in the World Series is going to have to be very careful. Here's Coleman. He walked his first time up. Scheib deals. Ball 4. So the script has come undone here for the A's. Here's Silvera. Charlie is 0 for 1. Up the middle, Davis, a great play. Fox for 1, and he won't throw it to first. So Davis robbed of Silvera of a hit. He will reach on the fielder's choice. 2 out for Lopez, who's 0 for 1. Brown on third, Silvera on first. 4-1 New York. Lopez popped up. Chapman in shallow center field dives and makes the catch. And that will retire the side. Not before Tommy Henrik with a 3-run blast. The Yankees get 4 on 4 hits and no errors. After 3, it's the Yankees 4, the A's 1. And now you know why the Yankees have a magic number of 27. Yep, it's magic number time. Heavenly shades of night are calling. It's magic number time. The Red Sox elimination number is 23. Although I'm impressed, they have salvaged something out of the season. Tigers are in 4th, 15.5 back. Then the Sens are under 500, but they've already won 7 more than real life. The A's at 21 back. The White Sox 23 back, and the Browns could be eliminated as soon as this week at 47 and 71. In the National League, the Dodgers and the Cardinals are dead even at 70 and 46. So the joint magic number, don't get excited, D. Scott, is 39. Everybody playing 500 ball in the National League. The Giants are 6.5 back. Pittsburgh and Philly still have a chance. It's not a ton, but 10 back with 5 weeks to go is not impossible. Then the Braves, the Cubs, and the Reds, who have to be reminded that although that they are the St. Louis Browns. Where's your lighter? The Goats have it. So, top of the 4th, here's Valo. He's 0 for 1. And he walks. So, Lopez's first walk of the game. Here's Ferris Fane. Ferris 0 for 1. We need the Yankees to lose 10 straight. Well, they've changed it. Someone wants to gift a subscription. Apparently, I get credit for it. So, Fane is 0 for 1. Weekly top 10 gifters. The Yankees aren't going to lose 10 straight. There goes Valo. The throw down to Rizzuto, and he is a dead duck. A good throw from Silvera, and there's 1 out. So 1 strike count to Fane now. Pitch from Lopez. Ball 4. And that's why, boys and girls, you don't make the first out on the bases. I forget which YouTuber it was, or YouTube viewer, had it right. If you were watching last week, we actually had, I believe, Philly, St. Louis, and St. Louis. Richie Ashburn hit by a ball as he was on the bases, and he was out. But the runner was given credit for a single. I guess because it was a dead ball. And that's the rule. I'm 49 years old. I've watched this game religiously for the better part of 45 years. And I did not know that that was an automatic single. Pitch to Chapman is a base hit into left field. Woodling will pick it up. Fain will hold at second. Brown was too busy reading his anatomy and physiology books to make the play. And that will bring up Astroth. Joe is 0 for 1. So Fain on second, Chapman on first. 4-1 Yankees, top the fourth. Pitch from Lopez. Here's a ground ball to Brown. Bobby goes to first. Henrik on the bag for the out. So Fain and Chapman move up 90. 2 out, 2 in scoring position for Bobby Estelea. Bobby singled and scored for the A's in the third. Yeah, that's Jamie brings up a good point. They could have used random names from most of the A's and you wouldn't have noticed. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Time. So Fain on third, Chapman on second. Pitch to Bobby. Ball 4. So they're loaded, 2 out for Todd Davis. Again, a whole bunch of names that aren't even household names in their own household. Pitch to Todd is strike 3. Good thing I got that mute button. Okay, so the Phillies leave them loaded. No runs a hit and no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Yankees 4, the A's 1. So top of the lineup now, Rizzuto, Mapes, and Woodling. Phil is 0 for 2. Scheib threw 18 batters. Right, yeah. 79 pitches. 3 innings. 6 hits, a home run, and 3 walks, and all 4 runs are earned. That's about as efficient as your 8th grader mowing the lawn for free. Pitch to Rizzuto. There's a line drive to Fox, 1 out. And that'll bring up Cliff Mapes. Cliff is 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. I believe he scored. No, DiMaggio brought him home. Mapes into left center field. Chapman runs over. Has all the room in the world, and there's 2 out. It brings up Gene Woodling. Gene is singled twice. He's 2 for 2 and scored on the 3-run blast by Henrik in the third. Ball 4. So Woodling draws the walk. 3-2 inside at 87-mile-an-hour fastball, and that brings up DiMaggio. Joe is singled, driven in his 35th run, and scored his 44th. Not bad for a guy that didn't play until June. Throw to first, Woodling back. Pitch to DiMaggio. Here's a fly ball, left center field. Back goes Chapman. He'll chase it, and he runs it down to retire the side. No runs, no hits. The Yankees leave a runner on after 4-1 New York. So Scheib, I'm assuming that's Scheib. It's not the same spelling as Scheib Park, which is S-H-I-B-E. Fox and White to face Lopez here in the 5th. Karl has a sac bunt, now a walk. 4th walk for Lopez. Eddie, 65 pitches through his first 18, 4+ innings. 4 hits. He has walked 4 and struck out 2. Fox, single and a bunt. And we'll play for the bunt again. Nelly could hit. Maybe not 1949, but he's in the Hall of Fame for a reason. And it's not because he looks like he could be the kid that delivered your paper in the afternoon. Fox swings into right field. Mapes runs over in the corner, reaches up, makes the catch. Scheib goes back to first. 1 out for White. Don is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And grounded into a double play. Lopez pitch. There's a line drive to third. Brown is there. And that's an out. 2 away. For Valo. Elmer 0 for 1 with a walk. 4-1 New York, top the 5th. Lopez deals, ball 4. So runners on first and second, 2 out for Ferris Fane, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. That's the 5th walk issued by Lopez. Silvera goes to calm him down. Lopez deals, and Fane strikes out. They got him looking on a 2-2 fastball on the outside corner. And that's halfway home. The A's strand 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. It is the Yankees 4, the A's 1. Karl Scheib would paint your car for $99.99, and for an additional $25 and some looksies at your girlfriend, he would actually be the one that would install the FM converter in your car. And not just 8-tracks for you anymore, but honest to goodness FM progressive rock radio. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. The A's drew first blood in the 3rd. Karl Scheib, who will not paint your car for $99.99, bunted to score Estalella, and Phil Rizzuto botched the play. So it was an error, and the A's went up 1-0. The Yankees responded with 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Joe DiMaggio singled home to score Cliff Mapes to tie the game at 1, and Tommy Henrich sent one down the line and right. A 3-run blast, his 33rd dinger of the year, and that made it 4-1 New York. The A's failed to score on a hit and 3 walks in the 4th. Yep, 4 base runners and nobody scores. So Scheib, 6-hitter through 4 and 4 walks. And for the Yankees, Lopez a 4-hitter, and that run is unearned, but he has walked 5. And that's true because this is a Connie Mack game, and we probably won't have another Connie Mack game after this. Crazy to think that Connie was still managing the A's in '49. He played against King Kelly, Dan Brothers, and was there when Cy Young was a rookie. And in his last year, 1950, some guy by the name of Vince Scully took over the reins in Brooklyn as the number 3 announcer. And Vinny would stay, of course, through 2016, 67 years. So there is that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon between the two. And so that takes up a century and change. Here's Henrich. Tommy homered to right his last time up. He has 33 now on the replay and 96 RBI on the year. Scheib starts the inning, a ground ball to 3rd. White has to hurry. Henrich is chasing tail down the line, and Tommy's out by an eyelash. So that was a bang-banger for sure. 1 out for Bobby Brown, who was singled twice. 4-6-1 for the Yankees, and they've left 6 on. A run on 4 hits and no errors for the A's, and they've left 6 on. Pitch to Bobby Brown is ball 4. Connie Mack was born, or Cornelius McGillicuddy. Wonder if that's any relation to Lucy. Was born during the Civil War. And his first year as a player was 1886. Which by my rough estimation was 135 years ago. So Connie Mack was involved in Major League Baseball in some form as a player or a manager for 64 years. Pitch to Coleman. There's a ground ball to Fain, might be two. He goes to Davis for one. No throw to first. 3-6 on the fielder's choice. And 2 out for Silvera. Charlie is 0 for 2. 1886, weren't batters still able to tell you where they wanted their pitches at that point? I mean, the game is unrecognizable, especially to a modern fan back then. And yet, in real life, the A's finished above 549. Jimmy Dykes, not the guy on ESPN, took over for Connie Mack, which would have been, honestly, an impossible task. Pitch to a throw to first, Coleman back. Silvera, line drive to third, and White is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits. The A's don't leave anybody on. After 5, or the Yankees leave a runner on, however. After 5-4-1, New York. That had passed, but the number of balls and strikes were different. For 1 year in 87, walks counted as hits. Wade Boggs would have hit 520. Here's Sam Chapman, 5, 6, and 7. Astroth and Estalella for the A's here in the 6th. Sam is 1 for 2 with a single. Ball 4. Brings up Joe Astroth. Joe is 0 for 2. There's a ground ball to short. Rizzuto, Coleman for 1. Over to Henrik, and that is 2. So Lopez gets the best friend again. 2 out for Estalella. Bobby, again, that looks like something from a Dateline NBC picture, has walked and singled, and he scored the lone run for the A's in the 3rd. They had a pitcher's box, midlife crisis tells us. A pitcher could crow hop before their pitch. I know D. Scott's still here. That was the thing watching the softball a couple weeks ago, was they threw from a flat mound, and so essentially she was crow hopping, standing on her tippy toes on her back foot before going into that wind, that rubber-armed Anna Kisner, who I can't wait to see again in the NCAAs. As an owner, Jamie says, you can extend Mac's MLB connection to 1955. And they sold the team to the New York Yankees, who moved him to Kansas City. No, it wasn't that. It was Arnold somebody or another who eventually sold them, who moved the team to Kansas City and then sold them to Charlie Finley. Pitch to Estalella is a ground ball to Lopez. Throws to Henrik, and that will retire the side. A's, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The double play squashed the rally after 5.5. It's the Bombers 4, Philadelphia 1. So Lopez, Rizzuto, and Mapes here in the 6th. Eddie is 0 for 2. So if you add the 6 years, to what we said, 64. So Connie Mack's Major League connection ran 68 years. And if you want to know how old that is, that's my mom's age. She's 68. Pitch to Lopez is a fly ball, shallow center. Chapman comes in, 1 out. Kastner and Western Washington tip off the D2 regionals at Irvine, California. Tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Hopefully we don't have to pay to stream those NCAA games. Here's Rizzuto. Phil is 0 for 3. Scheib through 27 batters, 112 pitches. 5 1/3 innings. 6 hits. The home run to Henrik. He has walked 5 and now 97 on the replay and hasn't struck out anybody. The Scooter is 0 for 3 and now he draws a walk. So Scheib pitching like Oprah. You get a walk and you get a walk and you get a walk. Here's Mapes. Cliff is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. That came in the third. So if you're not familiar with how the NCAA does it, it's just like the baseball tournament. You get regionals, and then you get super regionals, and then for the women, they will play in the Women's College World Series. Is that still in Omaha? Pitch to Mapes. Ball 4. I know it's that Anna pitches Division II, so they're not headed to Omaha. But I believe I saw the ESPN schedule. That was fun. Anyway, Scheib has walked 7 now. Here is Zalapsky Smurf in London Town, Ontario. Woodling is 2 for 2. Jean has singled twice, walked, and scored. Astroth and Scheib have a conversation. Pitch to Woodling. And there's a fly ball to right. Estalella doesn't really have to move. Makes the catch for the out. Rizzuto will tag, and no, you're not going. Not with DiMaggio on deck, you're not. Joe is 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, and drove in his 35th. Pitch to Joe is a ground ball base hit past a diving Fox. Rizzuto will score. Mapes will hold at third, and it's 5-1 New York. So here's Henrik. Tommy with a 3-run shot in the third. Runners on the corners, 2 out. In the center field, Chapman. And the Yankees will strand 2. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 on. They've left 9 on overall. After 6, it's 5-1 New York. So Davis, the pitcher spot, and Fox to face Lopez here in the 7th. And the wind is calm. There's no wind here at the stadium. A beautiful 82-degree day in the Bronx. Davis 1 for 2. In the center, left center field, DiMaggio 1 out. Some other rule changes that Connie Mack saw. Pitching distance didn't reach the current mark of 60 feet 6 inches until 1893. A foul ball counted as strikes by both leagues until 1903. And there weren't subs allowed during a game until 1891? That's amazing. And Connie Mack actually advocated for the designated hitter. Pete Suter's going to pinch hit for Scheib. Suter at 255, 5 homers and 48 RBI. Suter, a liner in the left field. Woodling is there. 2 out. There's Nellie Fox. Lopez, his first 27 on 105 pitches. 6 2/3 innings. 4 hits. 1 run. Not earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 3. Fox is 1 for 2 with a single. He's now 2 for 3 with 2 singles as he punches out one past Derry Coleman. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so White is 0 for 3, has struck out and grounded into a double play. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. 5-1 Yankees. That's in the right field. Mapes going back, and he'll make the catch against the track. Stretch time. 5-1 New York. So it'll be Brown, Coleman, and Silvera here in the 7th. Bobby is 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 singles. Bobby Shantz, relief specialist, coming in, the 1952 MVP for the A's, I believe so. Just 23 years old, a knuckleball pitcher. When he throws the fastball, it's at 85, and he's a fly ball pitcher. He has faced the Yankees now 5 times, 8 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 5. He is 1-0 against New York with a 7.88 ERA. He last pitched against the Red Sox on the 16th, so 4 days ago. 3 innings, no decision, a hit and a walk. Overall, 97 2/3 innings, 74 hits, 6 homers, 44 runs, 34 earned. He has walked 55 and struck out 47. 7-3 with a save and an ERA of 3.13. That's pretty good. It'll be Brown, Coleman, and Silvera here in the bottom of the 7th with the Yankees up 5-1. Brown into center field. Chapman, the crowd likes it. So does Sam, 1 out. Brings up Jerry Coleman, who's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Shantz stays in the game, of course. We're pitching in the 9 hole. The A's don't make any other changes. Pitch to Coleman. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 knuckler. He chased it. One of those pitches like a Bugs Bunny fastball. You could swing at it 3 times and miss. So 2 out for Silvera. Charlie is 0 for 3. There's a line drive to short. Davis is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th here in the Bronx, 5-1 New York. Silvalo, Fain, and Chapman to face Lopez, who's given me the fatigue warning. Elmer has walked twice and is 0 for 1. It is Elmer, not Elmo. There's a base hit right center field. Mapes will cut it off. 6th hit for the A's. Here's Fain. Farris is 0 for 2. A walk and a strikeout. Lopez's pitch is a number down to Coleman. He goes to Rizzuto for 1 to throw to first. They're going to double up Fain. Oh, wow. Didn't see that one coming. That was hammered off the bat. And Coleman turned that into a 4-6-3. So 2 out for Chapman, who is 1 for 2, rather. A walk and a single. Where do the current A's move to? I don't have a good feeling they're going to stay in Oakland. I want to say Portland. I think you got to keep them on the West Coast. Yet the A's have a couple legendary owners, and Connie Mack and, of course, Charlie Finley. Pitch to Chapman. Got him. So he swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. The A's leave a runner on. Bottom 8. It's 5-1 New York. So Lopez will bat here. They don't have a place in Vegas, and I think you'd have to build a dome, wouldn't you? I mean, they do the AAA facility. And again, you know, the thing with, as Lopez, by the way, is 0 for 3, you know, the Raiders are 10 nights a year, and the nights are 40 times a year, mostly in the wintertime. You can give the A's a shiny new stadium in Vegas for sure, but again, is there enough of a market for a baseball team in Las Vegas? Pitch to Lopez is ball 4. There is no stadium in Portland either. The soccer people converted that AAA stadium into there. I don't know if they would do a series of lame duck years in Oakland, or Ideally, San Jose, you would think. Here's Rizzuto, by the way. Phil is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Does Major League Baseball pay off the Giants to give the A's territorial rights? The A's sign it away. Can you settle that? Because San Jose is bigger than Oakland, and you have all that Silicon Valley money in San Jose. But I know Vancouver's actually been talked about, but I'm not sure Seattle would stand for that. Pitch to Rizzuto. There's a liner in the right field for a base hit. Lopez will hold at second. Runners on first and second. Mapes is 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored. You have Montreal. You got Charlotte and Nashville who are interested. Only Montreal has a Major League ready stadium, but you're not playing at the Big O. Speaking of white elephants, as you see in the A's logo, they're not staying there forever. And as dilapidated as the Coliseum is, that's not a step up. Now, the obvious answer would be, why can't they tear down the current stadium and build a new one there? Well, again, where do the A's play? Do they move to San Francisco for 3 years or whatever? And the A's, point blank, they want to develop that land and turn it into something there. It's on the BART line, but there really isn't much else to do around that area. Pitch to Mapes is a fly ball to right. Estalella going way back there, and Clifford's got himself a home run. So another 3-run shot for the Yankees. It's now 8-1. That's his 5th of the year. So let's watch it again. It's Mapes, not Rizzuto. Montreal would be the best choice, but Tampa, as you watch Estalella just turn and watch it go, Tampa has a claim onto that. And then you'd have to realign everything. If you moved if you moved the A's to the East, yeah, you'd have the natural rivalry with Toronto. But who would you move? You certainly can't have them playing a West Coast schedule in Montreal. In an ideal world, rebuilding at the Coliseum would be what I would do, but we shall see. Here's Woodling. Gene is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, walked, and scored. Oh, Montreal would drop the half season for the Rays for a full season. A's for sure. And then you might open up the Rays possibly to a move out west. Atlanta was in the NL West, but don't forget that was a 12 games against the East at that point, and the Braves were in the West from when the time the divisional play started in '69. The other teams in the AL West, of course, Houston, Texas, Seattle, and the Los Angeles Angels of Orange County, Anaheim, California. And so that would be a lot of money for travel. You're playing those teams 19 times a year now. Pitch to Woodling is a ground ball to short. Davis over to first. And Woodling is retired. 1 out here in the 8th. Here's DiMaggio. Joe is 2 for 4. He's singled twice, driven in 2, and scored. There's a lot of money in Montreal. Is there an appetite to build with private funds? Yes, I believe so. I believe that there would be some arm twisting, Zalapsky, by the province to get another team into Montreal that wasn't there in the 90s when the Expos were looking at Labatt Park. I still think Montreal gets the Rays. Pitch to DiMaggio. There's a ground ball in the left field for a base hit. So that brings up Henrik. 10th hit today for the Yankees. They have pounded the A's. I know that government has changed some in the Tampa-St. Pete area. But until I see shovels in the ground to replace the trop, I'm not buying that they're not bolting as soon as they can. And they've almost reached a point in Tampa where people would pay to get them out of that lease if Montreal would build them the stadium. I think Tampa's a bit more tenuous, and they think that lease is not ironclad. It can be bought. It's not cheap. It's 9 figures. Pitch to Henrik. Ball 4. Tampa's got good ownership now. I don't know about the A's ownership. Here's Bobby Brown. He's 2 for 3. He singled twice and walked. It would be a shame if the Rays left Tampa. They are the Expos. In all reality, it's the same situation. A team with a ton of young talent in a ballpark that's god-awful. They watch them on TV, but the ballpark problems are real. Pitch to Brown is into right field. Chapman running a long way in by the bullpens and makes the catch against the wall. DiMaggio tags and goes to third, but Chapman just ran 40 yards to make that catch. So 2 out for Coleman. Runners on the corners. DiMaggio on third, Henrik on first. Jerry is 0 for 2. He's walked twice and struck out. I know Major League Baseball has told the A's to prepare to move, but I can't see anything happening in either city until the new CBA is done. Now, if we get a full season next year, all bets are off. Again, I think the best thing for the A's is, would Major League Baseball pay off the Giants to allow the A's to move to San Jose? And again, how much of a market is there for 2 teams? Yep, for years until, not only did they got Safeco, until Edgar Martinez won them that series against the Yankees, the Mariners threatened to move to Tampa. The Giants had threatened to move to Tampa, and the White Sox pretty much had a lease to move to Tampa. Here's Coleman. In the left field, Valo will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Yankees get 3 more on the homer by Mapes. We go to the 9th. It's 8-1 New York. So Lopez going to try to get this one done. Astroth, Estrella, and Davis. Joe is 0 for 3. He's grounded into a double play. Lopez starts the inning with ball 4. 7th walk for Lopez. Here's Estrella. Bobby is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and walked. Up the middle, Rizzuto, Coleman for 1, and that's it. So it's 4-6, and 6-4 rather. No, 4-6. They couldn't get the throw off, and that'll bring up Todd Davis, who's 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Lopez pitch. Here's a base hit into right field. So Lopez not quite done. Let's see what they do with Bobby Shantz. Bobby at 190 and 2 RBI. This screams for a pinch hitter. And Taffy Wright will do such thing. Lefty versus lefty, come on. 231 for Taffy, 3 homers and 13 RBI. Lopez deals, and there's a fly ball to left center field. DiMaggio will track it down, 2 out. Estrella will try for third, and DiMaggio just throws it back in the infield. Problem with Tampa, Jamie says, everything requires crossing bridges to get anywhere, and the traffic that is not always so great. I still think Tampa ends up in Montreal. You never want any team to move. D. Scott Howard says, I was sitting above home plate when Edgar hit the double. Yeah, that would be a tremendous... That place rocked. And that place got you Safeco. So 2 on and 2 out for Fox. Eddie threw 36 batters, 140 pitches on the nose. 8 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 7 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Fox is 2 for 3. Lopez delivers, and there's a ground ball to Brown. He's got to hurry, and the ball game is over. He did indeed hurry, and the Yankees win a laugher 8-1. Killed most of the audience off, but we got it in. So the Yankees 8 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The A's 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. Some of us, well, you could have talked a little bit before 5 after 1, Brad. So the Yankees get the win. Henrik is going to be your digital dice player of the game with his 3-run shot in the third. Eddie Lopez goes to 15-6. He went 9 innings, 7 hits, 1 unearned run. He walked 7 and struck out 4. Enjoy the break while it lasts. No, I enjoy you here. Mr. Scheib went 6 innings. He goes to 3-10. 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. The home run to Henrik was his. He walked 7 and didn't strike out anybody. Bobby Shantz not pitching like an MVP. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs all earned. He gave up the homer to Cliff Mapes. Walked 2 and struck out 1. So the Yankees now have a magic number of 26. On that button. Today, by the way, is August 20th, 1949. Hello. Elsewhere across the major leagues on this Saturday afternoon, the Red Sox beat the Senators 7-5. Mel Parnell goes to 9-10. Calvert falls to 5-10, and Domi 4 for 5 with 2 doubles. The Red Sox pound out 16 hits. Tigers beat the Browns 9-2 in St. Louis. Virgil Trucks goes to 15-4. Ned Garver 8-12. And Hood Evers, 3 for 4 with 2 RBI and a double. The Cardinals beat the Pirates 6-4 in Pittsburgh. Munger goes to 12-5. Bonham falls to 7-8. And Ted Wilkes, who never pitches well when I use him, gets a 7 save. Giants beat the Phillies 6-4 at Scheib. Monty Kennedy goes to 12-6. Meyer falls to 8-10. And Sid Gordon now has 30 homers. He hit 2. 3 for 5 and drove in 3. Hey, the Reds beat the Cubs 5-4. They're both 44 and 75. We'll keep a close eye on that action for you. Peterson goes to 5-4, and Schmitz, sounds like a beer, 9-12. Adams 3 for 3 with a triple. And the Cardinals and Dodgers remain tied for first because Brooklyn beat Boston 8-7 in 11 innings in Boston. Carl Erskine goes to 2-2. Barrett falls to 2-3, and the Duke of Flatbush, Duke Snyder, 3 for 5, his 23rd homer, and 3 RBI. And so there you have it. That's your button. So the Cardinals and Dodgers are 71 and 46. The Giants within a shot at 6.5 in the American League. The World Series we think starts in New York. Cleveland 12 back, Red Sox 15 back, Detroit 15.5, then Washington, Philly, Chicago, and the future Baltimore Orioles. Hey, thanks for watching. I do gotta go. So next game is Thursday, and Friday. That's true. There aren't many good all-time greats underrated and forgotten as Duke Snyder. Not if you're from in Montreal. He did color for years. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you Thursday afternoon for more baseball. Until then, have a good one, everybody.